Today, our O is going to make the schwa sound, which is when 3 things happen. Those 3 things are, it's toward the end of a word, that word is long, and that there's a consonant after it. So again, I'll put this in I'll write this down. O will change to the schwa sound when it is toward the end of a multi-syllable word. Spell it right, April. This is spelling class. And then the last letter or 2 is a consonant. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on today. You're going to see a lot of O's toward the end of, so our words are all going to be longer today because that's how this rule must be applied. The second condition or the second requirement is it must be a multi-syllable word. So all of our words today are going to be multi-syllable. They're all going to have an O toward the end. It's going to be a longer word, and that last letter or 2 or 3 is going to be a consonant. Just for your information, you can tuck this somewhere in the back of your brain, or you don't have to. It's just a little bit of added information. A will follow the exact same reading pattern as O as this lesson. So A also will change to the schwa sound when it's toward the end of a longer word with a consonant after it. So when you're reading, it's easy. When you're spelling, it's a little bit tricky to know when to use an A and when to use an O, but we addressed that in the last class. Usually an O will come right before an M or an N or a P. But when you're reading, an O will also come often in suffixes like shun and jun. So when you're reading, it's a little bit easier because you just have to recognize those 3 requirements for that O to make the schwa sound. Schwa is It's just the same sound as a short U. All right, it looks like my screen stopped sharing, so let me fix this. There we go. All right. Okay, so let me slide this up. Let's mark this first word together. So we know that this first O is it looks like a long, hard word, doesn't it? But don't worry, it's going to turn easy here in the next few seconds while we figure it out. So this O is going to say O because of the tap 2 rule. There's a vowel here or here. This O is going to say ah with our jaw dropped. Ah. Like we're using our muscles to drop our jaw with a short O. You have to intentionally lower your jaw. Ah. And it says that because there are 2 consonants after it. This O is changing to the schwa sound and saying That schwa sound is represented by an upside down E. That one wasn't a very good one. Whoops. Because of those 3 conditions, it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it. So these 3 O's in this same word are saying 3 totally different things, and you know why because you came to class today. So congratulations on your new knowledge. Now you don't have to ever wonder or guess what those vowels are going to say. You can figure it out based on the reading patterns that you're learning. So our sounds are B, L, O, D, A, P, M. Since it's long, I'm going to do successive blending. So we have bull, blow, blowed, blowda, blowdop, blowdoppa, blowdopum, blowdopum. Okay? Try your word over here. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Take your time. Nice, Kaylee. So here our three O's are also saying three totally different things. This first O says O because there's a vowel in the next one or two spots. This O says ah because there's not a vowel in the next one or two spots. Long sound, short sound, schwa sound. It'll make a schwa sound when that O is toward the end of a longer word with a consonant after it. So our sounds are d, o, t, a, f, m. Blending them, we have der, dro, drote, drota, drotoff, drotoffa, drotophum, drotophum. Did you get it Y, yes, or A almost for drotophum? Nice. That was not an easy word to read, my friends. Drotophum. Let's try another one. Number 2. So we have an O sound. This O says O for two reasons. First, because it's the tap 2 rule. There's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. The second reason that that O will make its long sound is because there's an R after it. O will say O when there's an R after it. And then this O says ah because the next two letters are consonants. This O says because of our reading hack for the day. It's toward the end of a longer word with a consonant after it. So our sounds are O, ah, d, m. Orondum, orondum, orondum. What about yours over here? Try it. Usually that O spelling the schwa sound at the end of a multisyllable word is usually going to have an N or an M or a P at the end. Sometimes other letters, but those are the most common. All right, so this O is going to say O because of the tap 2 rule. This O will say ah because of the tap 2 rule. This O says because it's toward the end of a multisyllable word with a consonant after it. That's the schwa sound, So this is a mouth shape O. It's a diphthong. It changes sounds from the beginning of that sound to the end of it. O. This is a jaw-dropping sound. Ah. You have to intentionally drop your jaw. Ah. This sound, your jaw hangs without any muscles. O, ah, So our sounds are O, p, ah, n, s, t, m. Oponstum. Oponstum. How did you do on oponstum? Y or A? Yes or almost? For oponstum. Wow. Nice, everyone. Considering all of those yeses or all of those Y's, I don't think you need me to do any more examples with you. Go ahead and try number 3, this one over here on your own. Okay, so then we know this O will say O for 2 reasons again. First, because of the tap 2 rule. Second, because when O has an L after it, it will also say O. So O will say O in several instances, such as if the tap 2 rule applies, or if the next letter is an L, it'll say O, or if the next letter is an R, it'll say O, or like we learned last time, if it's the very last letter, it'll say O. All right, this O will say ah because of those 2 T's. This O will say even though it looks like it might follow the tap 2 rule because of those 2 consonants. This rule trumps. It is superior to, it is more forceful than the tap 2 rule. It supersedes the tap 2 rule. O will say when it is toward the end of a longer word with a consonant after it, even if the next 2 letters are consonants, okay? So we have O, a, t, a, n, d. Olotund. 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 How do you do on that one, please? Y or A? Olotund. This is supposed to be a hard lesson, you guys. Brilliant. Should we slide on down here then? And look at these most challenging ones that I could think of. Which ones do you want? Put them in the Q&A if you have a request. These should look hard, but to you, nice, Julie. Good, James. To you, you're like, they might look hard initially, but that's just the old me kind of panicking a little bit. Once you just kind of calm the old you down, you'll tell it that I know how to do this, so you don't have to fear anymore. These are not hard at all. Amazing. That's amazing. All right, did we have any requests? I have a number 4 and a number 10 so far. Okay, try number 4. Oh, that looks like a fun one. I want to try this one too. Go for it. I'm not going to mark it. I'm going to let you mark it. So we have an O that is making the long sound because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This O is making its short sound because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This O is making the schwa sound because it's toward the end of a multisyllable word with a consonant after it. 3 O's saying 3 totally different things, and you know why. No problem. So our sounds are O. Remember that H just is voiceless. There's no vocal cords being used. It's not ha. It's not ha. It's just ha. Then our ah comes, and the b, m. Oh, habrum. Oh, habrum. Please tell me, how did you do on oh, habrum? This rule is 3 syllable or more, the starting point, and not 2. Good question, James. Not really. I happen to have a lot of 3-syllable words in this lesson, but as you can see up here at the top, number 4 is a 2-syllable word. It can be 2 syllables just fine. As long as it's not 1, then this rule will apply. All right. How'd you do on oh, habrum? Let me see here. Nice. Okay, we have a request for number 10. You're welcome. Number 10. Another example of 3 O's saying 3 totally different things. So this O says O because of the tap 2 rule. This O says ah because of the tap 2 rule. This O makes the schwa sound because of our reading rule for the day. It fulfills those 3 requirements. It's toward the end of a longer word with a consonant at the end. So our sounds are p, o, p, ah, n, t, n. Po, pope. It looks like pop, doesn't it? But we have to make sure that we follow the reading rules. Popa, popon, popont, poponter, popontra, popontron. Popontron. How'd you do on that one, Y or A, for popontron? Amazing. Popontron. Any other requests? You're probably like, these are all easy. But if anybody else looked at this page, their eyes would bug out. Okay, we have a request for number 8. Go for number 8, my friends. right, so this O will say O, this O will say ah, this O will say Our sounds are ch, o, t, ah, n, d, m. Cho, chote, chota, no, sorry, chota, choton, chotond, chotonder, chotondra, chotondrum, chotondrum. Give me a Y or A for that one, please. Chotondrum. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. I would like for you to try number 2. Try number 2 for me. This one could be a little difficult if we're not super careful. So this O says O, this O says ah, this O says Our sounds O, L, ah, n. Olaman. Olaman. Was that one tricky? How was that one? Y or A? Yeah? Did you get it? Olaman. Okay. All right, beautiful. What would that one have said if it had 2 L's in it? Just try it. You know what? It could have said all almond, but when O has an L after it, it's going to say O anyway. So that was a bad example. What would it have said with only 1 M? Now this would say O. Now this would say O. This still says The sounds would be O, L, O, N. Oloman. Oloman. What would it have said with 2 M's here and a T at the end? This may or may not be a trick question. I try not to ever have trick questions in here. I just don't want to give you any hints. I want you to try to figure it out. Okay, so the tricky part was, does it now follow the tap 2 rule, or is it still that SCHWA sound? It's still the SCHWA sound, right? Because it trumps the tap 2 rule. So it would still be Olamant. Olamant. Yeah? All right. So if you understood this, and from the feedback that I got, it sounded like you were picking it up pretty well. This is as hard as it gets. All that we're going to be practicing on for the rest of the year is continuing to add these spelling and reading patterns into our tool belt so that we can apply them. But mostly it will be practicing reading by sound, practicing grasping those beginning sounds, keeping them in the right order and all there by the time you get to that last sound. It's that blending part that needs a lot of practice. You can get these rules and these spelling patterns and apply them with no problem because you're intelligent, but the practice, that the habit that we need to break is blending to the end with precision and without any errors. So, well done on learning that difficult rule. It's as difficult as it gets, but we're going to continue just practicing the blending process until it also becomes easy. All right, my friends, you're amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.